Hello, welcome to another education session in pulmonary rehab. My name is Autumn and I'm one of the respiratory therapists here. Today we're going to talk about energy conservation. So when you have a lung disease, it's very important for you to learn how to avoid fatigue by finding the easiest way to complete a task. This involves finding a good work and rest balance. So I'm going to stop right there and kind of explain to you what I mean by this. What that sentence means is that we want you to be able to give it your full effort when you're here in rehab. We want you to be able to go to your grandchild's soccer game, cheerleading game, whatever it may be that you want to do, whether it's go out to dinner with a friend, go walk down the street for some extra exercise, whatever it is that you really want to do. We want to teach you different ways to conserve energy so you can exert the energy where it matters. What I mean is, if you have pulmonary rehab today and yesterday you scheduled all your doctor's appointments in the same day, you are going to be worn out. So when you come into rehab, you might not be able to push yourself. You might not be able to get the maximum benefit of being here because you're going to be completely exhausted from squeezing so much in one day. I personally think that pride is a big factor when talking about energy conservation, and I like to use personal examples to kind of just connect with everybody. So my grandpa is 84 years old, and he recently got stuck on his roof because he wanted to blow out his gutters. He was too prideful to ask for help. So my dad ended up having to go and help him get off the roof. He went up the ladder perfectly and was not able to turn around and come back down. So we give him a hard time sometimes because he is prideful, and I know it must be very hard when you realize that you're not able to do what you used to could do 100%. But please know that there are ways to change how you do it to still get the end result. So it's not that you can't do something, it's that you have to focus on a different way to complete that task. So that's what this whole education topic is about, is giving different examples for things that you can do around the house, when you're out and about, to save energy so you can exert it when you want to, doing things that you want to do instead of being too tired to get off the couch, or too tired that you're going to have to cancel plans with a family member or a friend, or too tired to come to pulmonary rehab. So it is okay, I'm at this section right here. It is okay to change the way that you do a task, and we're going to go over that. Please know that it is fine to take rest breaks when possible. If you're trying to clean the whole house in one day, that's not realistic. That's not even realistic for me. I cannot clean my whole house in one day. I would be exhausted. So please work at your own pace. Give yourself the rest break when needed. Please quit when you're tired, and know that it's okay to be less than perfect. I struggle with that last one. When I know that there's a friend or someone coming over, I try my best to hurry up and clean the house and get the dishes put away. But in all reality, that friend's not going to, they're not going to mind if there's some dishes in the sink. If they're a good friend, they'll help you get those dishes done. But it's okay to be less than perfect. So we're going to go over some tips to help you conserve energy, like I said, so you can do the things that you want to do. So always walk and move slowly. So make sure that you're pacing yourself properly. And during rehab, we'll work with you one-on-one to kind of find the right pace for you to walk. So if you're kind of on the edge of needing oxygen versus not needing oxygen, we're going to take the time to figure out at what speed can you walk without needing the oxygen. Or, if you have a trip planned to Disney, how far are you able to walk before you need oxygen or before you need to rest? So that way you know in your mind, okay, I'm going to go to Disney with the family, or I'm going to go to the park and walk around, kind of go and look and think, at rehab, I'm only able, to walk X amount before I need to stop and rest. So let me look ahead and see, is there a bench at this park to where I can stop and rest? So it kind of goes along with planning ahead as well. Please use pursed lip breathing when you're doing exertional activities at home. So we want you to breathe in through your nose and blow out through pursed lips, and we will go over this technique as well. At the bottom of your screen, you see the man inhaling through the nose, blowing out through the pursed lips. This can help with shortness of breath, but it can also help if you're feeling anxious about something. So just take your mind off of it, focus on your breathing. Combine tasks when possible. Plan ahead. So please arrange your work area at home, or put everything that you need in one spot before you start a task, so you're not leaving the room and getting something and then going and getting something else, because that's just kind of unneeded ways to burn through your energy. Don't try to do everything at once, and spread your task out over the entire day or week. So the next section, we're going to learn how to do this. So if you are going through this and you're listening to me and you have any trouble doing something that I do not touch base on, please write it down and bring it in, and your coordinator will be happy to go over a different way to do something, because we want you to be able to do what you need and what you want to do, and we will try our best to find a way to get you there. So number one, organize your daily routine and activities. So if you know that in the morning you have 4 breathing treatments to take, that normally when you wake up you need a little bit of time, you need to take your time getting ready, you don't need to be rushed, or maybe it's just your worst part of the day for breathing. Do not make any of your doctor appointments in the morning if that describes you. That's one way to really, really exert energy when not necessary. So if that is you to a T, make your doctor's appointments in the evening. Maybe go meet your friends for dinner at dinner time instead of meeting them for lunch at lunchtime, that kind of thing. So try to plan your activities that you want to do during the best part of your breathing days. Gather supplies for activities before you start. We just discussed that. Make sure that you rest after completing a task or before moving on to the next one. So just give yourself time to get things done. If you make a task list, just give yourself time to go through that list. Maybe it'll take you all week to get through it, and that is fine. Work at your own pace. So allow yourself time to finish. Do not rush. Pace yourself. Use the pursed lip breathing techniques we've talked about. Use the appropriate tools to help you simplify your activities. So I know that they have the long-handled reachers to help minimize you having to bend over. Sometimes when you bend over, it kind of compresses your lungs and makes it harder to breathe as well. Avoid tiring and awkward postures that may impair your breathing. So make sure that you are keeping a good posture. Your shoulders are up and back. Your chest is fully expanded and open. It's going to be more difficult to breathe if you're slouching. You are going to be, constricting your lungs. Maybe it's a little more difficult to breathe when you're slouching. So keep them shoulders up, posture good. Use proper body mechanics. If you're lifting something, please lift by bending, lift with your legs. Don't bend over and pick something up. That's going to really hurt your back. If it's something that does not weigh a lot, use the long-handled grabber to get it, okay? Keep your arms straight and close to your body when carrying stuff. So you want to carry it close to you, not far away. That would put a lot of unneeded pressure on your shoulders and your back. Support your elbows on the table. That also, if you are eating, which I'm going to get into the next bullet right now, you can eat. I know this goes against everything you've heard growing up, but if you need to, put your elbows on the table. That way you're not eating and slouching. You're kind of giving yourself good posture, and that way, you can eat, you're upright, and take your time when eating. Try to make a meal last 20 minutes so you know when you're full. A lot of time people, they will get short of breath when they are eating because they're getting so full. And if you think about it, if your belly's full, it's pushing up on your diaphragm, which is a muscle that helps you breathe. So how are you going to get full expansion if you're so full that you're just having to take the shallow breaths? If that sounds like you when you're eating, try to maybe eat more frequently during the day, but less portions. So that way you're not overeating at one time. Grooming. Have a stool in front of the sink to sit. while you shave, brush your teeth, fix your hair, do your makeup, anything that you have to do before you leave the house, try to put a chair or stool in front of the mirror. That way you are conserving energy while you're getting ready to leave. When you're getting dressed, you can also sit down when you're putting on your shirt, your socks, just really trying to sit when possible, so when you are out and about, you have more energy. Avoid wearing tight clothing that zips or buttons in the back, because if you think about it, if you are buttoning your shirt or unbutton it in the back, you kind of have to bend and get an awkward positioning with your posture in order to put that shirt on and off. So that within itself can make you short of breath. Wear shoes that slip on so you don't have to bend over to tie your shoes if this is something that's difficult for you. They have Velcro as well. If taking a bath, if you're short of breath when you're bathing yourself, you can always get a shower chair. That way you're sitting in the shower while you're bathing yourself and not putting so much energy into standing at the same time your arms are going and you're washing, that kind of thing. If you're wearing oxygen, please know that you can wear your oxygen in the shower. That's completely fine to do so. A lot of times people say there's so much steam in the shower, I can't catch my breath because it's so hot. Try showering with lukewarm water. If you need to, it might be a little more chilly. Crack the shower curtain, the shower door, maybe get the fan going, something to get the steam out of the shower and into the room, or even open your bathroom door to get it out into the house if you live alone and feel safe taking a shower without the door being locked. You can also purchase a long-handled sponges to reach your back and your feet. So then again, we're kind of avoiding that awkward positioning and posture. And this next bullet, some people think it sounds a little crazy, but you can also use a terry cloth robe when you get out of the shower. So the method behind that is you're not having to bend and dry yourself off after using a lot of your energy bathing yourself. So what that would consist of is hanging a robe outside the shower. When you get out of the shower, sit down, put that robe on, and it kind of soaks up a lot of water. So if you're sitting there catching your breath, you're also drying at the same time, okay? When cooking, sit as much as possible. Go ahead and get all the ingredients together before you cook. I really like that bullet point because sometimes you exert so much energy just getting things you need to prepare your meal. If you know that you're going to need veggies and spices and pasta noodles, go ahead and get all of that out and out of your cabinets. Sit it on the countertop and then sit and rest. That way you're not having to go grab stuff and come back and grab things and bend down and get your pots and reach up and get your spices. Everything's where you need it to be. That helps conserve your energy as well. You can even take it to the next step and get you a little cutting board and sit down and cut all of your ingredients, your veggies, whatever you might need for your meal, your garlic, whatever you need to kind of chop up, onions, green peppers. Go ahead and do that before you start putting everything together. That will just help conserve that energy as well. When washing clothes, you can try to talk someone into getting the clothes out of the washer and putting them in the dryer if possible. But if not, you can go back and use the grabber we were talking about when you're picking up items. You can actually, especially if you have a top loader washing machine, you can actually take the grabber and get the clothes out and then put them in the dryer, so you're not having to bend over the washing machine. So that can be very helpful as well. Do small loads because, of course, they're not going to weigh as much when you are transferring them from the washing machine to the dryer. And then when you're taking them out of the dryer to fold them, it's kind of less of a task than if you have a huge load of laundry. Please sit down to fold your laundry if possible. When you're cleaning the house, take your time. Make that task list we've talked about. Put down everything that needs to be done in the house and slowly start checking them off. Okay, don't try to put everything in the same day. Rest when you need. Do one room at a time. If you're washing dishes, maybe sit down to wash them. If you don't have a dishwasher, you can sit down to wash them in the sink. If you are loading the dishwasher or unloading the dishwasher, you can place everything when you unload the dishwasher onto the countertop, and then when everything's sitting on the countertop, take your breath and then go put it up. That way it kind of avoids the bending and putting up above your head motion as well. When you're dusting, wear a mask. You can wear a mask when you're cleaning your house as well if the cleaning chemicals bother you. White vinegar is really nice to clean with. It's less harsh on your lungs. I clean with white vinegar because I have asthma and I really like it. The smell's not as overwhelming as you would think, and it also kills molds as well. So it's really good, cheap cleaner that's not as harsh on your lungs. If dusting is something that bothers your breathing, you can try to dust with like a damp washcloth. That way the dust isn't going up into the air, and you have a less chance of inhaling that irritant. Shopping trips, plan ahead. If you can, have someone go with you. If you're having trouble loading the groceries in your car, you can always ask the associates for help. They will help you take your groceries to the car and load them, but they will not be there, of course, when you get home to help you get them into the house. If you have a wagon, that might be nice when you get home. You can take the wagon, roll it around to the back of your vehicle, put the groceries in the wagon, and then pull them to the front door or the side door, wherever the entrance may be. And that way you don't have to walk back and forth to the car as frequently. Food Lion, this is a fun fact, they have blue bags and white bags. So if you shop there, they will put all the cold items in the blue bags and all the pantry items in the white bags. So this is interesting and important to know, because if loading and unloading your groceries into the house is hard for you, you can always just take the blue bags in when you get home, because the pantry items are not going to go bad if they have to sit in your car for an hour or so while you save your energy enough to go back and get those groceries. Take advantage of ordering your groceries online. If grocery shopping is difficult for you, those services are there for a reason, so please take advantage of them. And I know that Instacart with Food Line will deliver groceries to your home. If you use any delivery assistance like that, though, please make sure that someone is at your home with you, and that you are staying safe. Don't let somebody that you, of course, get a bad vibe from enter your home, and just be very cautious when individuals that you do not know are in your home and putting your groceries away. The last red bold statement down at the bottom, make sure that you have your rescue inhaler with you when running errands. You should have it on you at all times, because you never know when you're going to get short of breath. So make sure that you carry it with you at all times. Please don't forget your rescue inhalers. That way, if you do feel short of breath and you are using the pursed lip breathing, the in through your nose, out through the pursed lips, it's not really helping calm your breathing down. Your chest feels a little tight because you've exerted so much energy. You'll have that relief right there with you. And sometimes that is needed. So while we went through the energy conservation education, if we did not kind of mention something that is difficult for you, please write it down and bring it to us. Like I said at the beginning, we want to be able to help you do everything that you want to do. The point of this education topic is for you to still do everything daily living that you want to do. Make the activities simple so you're able to do them, and that way you have enough energy to do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, that is just as important. So if you need anything at all, you let your coordinator know. Write down those questions, and thank you for your time.